What would your life look like if you could silence the chaos around you and within you? Imagine for a moment what it would feel like to escape the constant noise, the pressure to be constantly on, and the overwhelming flood of thoughts and distractions. In a world that never stops, silence might feel like a foreign concept, something you simply don't have time for. But what if I told you that in this silence lies your true power, your ability to transform your mind, your emotions, and ultimately your life? You see, silence isn't just the absence of sound. It's the presence of clarity, of focus, of inner peace. And it's something that can change everything for you. In this noisy, fast-paced world, silence is more than just a luxury. It's a necessity. Yet we often shy away from it, not understanding that in the quietest moments, we can hear the most profound truths. The ancient Stoics understood this better than anyone. They didn't just endure silence. They embraced it as a powerful tool for personal growth, emotional control, and mental clarity. And so can you. What if silence could give you the strength to control your emotions, the clarity to make better decisions, and the mental focus to achieve your greatest goals? What if it could unlock your potential and bring out the very best in you? That's what the Stoics believed. They didn't see silence as a void to be feared. They saw it as a space where wisdom, resilience, and strength could grow. In a world filled with noise, silence became their secret weapon. But here's the reality. Silence requires courage. It requires you to step away from the noise, to turn off the distractions, and to face yourself without any barriers. The moment you embrace silence, you begin to face your true self, your fears, your desires, your weaknesses, and your strengths. It's uncomfortable at first, yes, but the discomfort is where the magic happens. In that quiet space, you have the opportunity to examine your life, to understand who you really are, and to make intentional choices that align with your deepest values. The reward? A life of deeper clarity, emotional control, and true inner peace. A life where you don't just react to the world around you, you respond with intention and purpose. A life where distractions no longer dictate your every move, and where your decisions come from a place of calm and wisdom, not fear or impulse. Stay with me here. Don't scroll away or let the noise pull you back into its grip, because what you'll discover in the power of silence will be worth every moment of discomfort. You have the power to change your life. All you need to do is stop, breathe, and listen to what silence can teach you. Imagine for a moment that you could quiet the storm inside your mind, the constant chatter, the nagging doubts, the endless stream of thoughts that pull you in 100 different directions. Now picture yourself in a place of absolute stillness, free from the noise, free from the distractions. What would that feel like? To have control over your thoughts, your emotions, and the constant tide of chaos that we've all grown so accustomed to. The truth is, the power to achieve this isn't some distant dream. It's within your reach, right here, right now. And the key to unlocking that power lies in one simple but profound practice: silence. When you silence the external noise, you create space for your inner voice to rise, to speak, and to guide you. Without the clutter of external distractions, your mind can focus on what truly matters: your goals, your purpose, and your inner growth. In that silence, you hear yourself more clearly. And when you truly hear yourself, everything changes. Think about the times in your life when you felt overwhelmed, when your emotions seemed to control you, when the pressure of the world felt too heavy to carry. In those moments, silence can be your anchor. When the world is crashing down, silence gives you the opportunity to step back, breathe, and regain control. The Stoics understood that when faced with adversity, the mind must remain calm. The more we can control the noise around us, the more we can control our emotional responses. Silence doesn't make us passive. It makes us powerful. It allows us to detach from our immediate reactions and respond with strength, clarity, and wisdom. Silence brings perspective. It allows you to see beyond the immediate storm, beyond the immediate chaos. It's in these moments of stillness that the answers to life's most difficult questions often reveal themselves. In a world that tells us to keep moving, to keep doing, and to never stop, silence forces us to pause and truly evaluate where we are and where we want to go. It's an invitation to reflect on our decisions, our actions, and our deeper desires. And in that reflection, we find the guidance we need to move forward with confidence and purpose. The best part? Silence doesn't just benefit us in moments of crisis or difficulty. It is a daily practice that sharpens our mental clarity, strengthens our emotional resilience, and enhances our ability to focus. Every moment of silence you create in your life brings you closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. It's like a mental reset button, clearing away the clutter and allowing you to tune into your truest self. The more you embrace silence, the more you unlock the ability to see yourself clearly, without the distortion of fear, self-doubt, or distraction. This practice of silence isn't about escaping the world. It's about engaging with it from a place of true power. Silence allows you to step out of the noise of the crowd and tune into your inner wisdom. It gives you the space to hear the whispers of your soul, the quiet guidance that leads you toward your purpose. When you begin to practice silence, you begin to see life with a new lens, one where the chaos becomes background noise and the clarity of your own mind becomes a focal point. And so with every moment of silence, you strengthen your foundation, your resilience, and your ability to live with intention. You're not just surviving in this world, you're mastering it. The world may be loud, but within the silence, you will find the strength to rise above it all. And that, my friend, is the power you've been searching for. The moment you step into silence, you step into a space where true growth begins. Most people never experience this because they are too afraid of what they might find in the quiet. They fear what their mind might reveal when it's no longer distracted by the constant noise of the outside world. But what if that's exactly what you need? What if, by embracing silence, you finally begin to understand yourself in a way you never could before? The most powerful transformations come from moments of stillness where you allow yourself to hear your own thoughts without judgment or distraction. It's in these moments that you can confront the very things you've been avoiding. The fears, the insecurities, the doubts that keep you trapped in cycles of self-sabotage, they all thrive in the noise. But when you remove the noise, you make space for real healing. Silence doesn't hide the truth from you, it reveals it. And the truth, however uncomfortable, is the key to breaking free from the chains that have held you back. What you'll find in silence isn't some magical answer to life's questions, it's your own inner wisdom waiting to be heard. You already possess everything you need to transform your life, to become the person you've always dreamed of being. But to access that power, you must first silence the world around you. The distractions, the expectations, the pressure to conform, they all fade away in the silence. And when they fade, what's left is the raw truth of who you are and what you're capable of achieving. This is where your strength lies, not in what you've been told by others, but in what you've learned about yourself in the quiet. Most people spend their entire lives looking for answers in the noise. They seek validation, they look for shortcuts, and they chase external approval, believing that success comes from the outside in. But the true source of strength is found within. Silence is the doorway to unlocking that strength. When you allow yourself to sit in silence, you open yourself up to deeper clarity and a stronger sense of self. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. They didn't live in constant action or external achievement. They lived in quiet reflection. They knew that in order to truly master their emotions, their actions, and their lives, they had to spend time in stillness. In that stillness, they became more than just people reacting to the world. They became individuals who acted with intention and wisdom. You too can step into that power. The world will try to drown you out, to pull you into its chaos and confusion, but you have a choice. You can choose silence. You can choose to reclaim your inner peace, your focus, and your power. Every time you embrace silence, you're making a commitment to your own growth. You're saying to yourself, I will not be distracted by the world's noise. I will not be swayed by external pressures. I will focus on what truly matters. And when you commit to that practice, your life will begin to shift. You'll find clarity where there was once confusion. You'll find strength where there was once fear. You'll find purpose where there was once doubt. The noise may never fully disappear, but you will no longer be controlled by it. Instead, you will rise above it, centered in the quiet power you've cultivated within yourself. It's time to stop looking outside for answers. The world will never quiet down on its own, but you have the ability to create silence within. And in that silence, you will find everything you need to become the person you were always meant to be. So take a deep breath, embrace the quiet, and step into the strength that lies waiting for you. Your transformation begins the moment you choose silence. The power of silence lies in its ability to reveal who you truly are beneath all the layers you've built over the years. When you embrace silence, you stop running from yourself. In the stillness, you face your truth, raw, unfiltered, and undeniably yours. And it is in this confrontation where true transformation begins. We often live our lives as though we are at the mercy of circumstances, constantly reacting to the world around us. But in silence, we break free from that cycle. The noise of the world, external pressures, opinions, distractions, loses its grip, and we gain control over how we think, how we feel, and how we act. Silence is not just a tool for personal growth. It's a declaration of self-mastery. It's the moment you choose to stop being a product of your environment and begin shaping your life by your own design. You are no longer just responding to the world. You are actively creating the life you want. The world is constantly pushing you to do more, to be more, to prove more. But silence calls for something deeper, to become more, not by adding more things to your life, but by peeling away everything that isn't truly you. When you sit in silence, you stop filling the empty spaces with distractions and begin listening to the quiet whisper of your soul. You hear the desires, the dreams, and the call for change that you've been ignoring. For so long, you've allowed the noise to drown out your true self. But now, in the stillness, you hear it clearly. This process is uncomfortable, and yes, it requires courage. But the courage to face your deepest truths is the same courage that will free you from self-doubt, from fear, from the belief that you're not enough. Because when you embrace silence, you realize something powerful. You've always been enough. All the answers you've been searching for are already inside you, waiting to be uncovered. Silence is not about seeking something new. It's about rediscovering what's always been there, buried beneath the noise. It's the power of reconnecting with your authentic self. When you step into silence, you're not just disconnecting from the world, you're reconnecting with the deepest parts of you, the parts that have always been aligned with your highest potential, the parts that are capable of greatness, capable of love, capable of overcoming anything that life throws your way. And when you rediscover that connection, you realize that nothing can break you. Nothing can shake you, because you are rooted in a strength that comes from within, a strength that was always there, waiting for you to claim it. As you practice silence, you'll find that it's not just about the moments of stillness, but the ripple effect it has on the rest of your life. The more you allow silence into your world, the clearer your mind becomes. The more you embrace quiet, the more focused your thoughts become. And with that clarity and focus, the distractions that once seemed so important will begin to fade away. The noise will no longer control you. Instead, you will begin to control how you engage with the world. The true power of silence is not just about finding peace in moments of solitude. It's about finding the strength to take that peace with you into every moment of your life. When you quiet the world, you create a space where your soul can breathe. And when your soul breathes, it remembers its strength, its purpose, and its power. The silence isn't just an escape from the world. It's an invitation to show up as the truest, most powerful version of yourself. This is where real transformation begins, not in the external world, but in the silence you create within. And in that silence, you'll realize that you were never truly lost. You were just waiting for the moment when you would step into your own power. That moment is now. In silence, you begin to understand something profound. You are not defined by the noise. You are not defined by the opinions of others, by the expectations placed on you, or by the endless rush to do more and be more. Silence teaches you that your worth isn't found in the outer world. It's found within. And when you finally realize this, something incredible happens. The need for external validation begins to fade away. The need for approval, for recognition, for the praise of others, these things no longer hold the same weight. In silence, you reconnect with the most powerful truth there is. You are enough exactly as you are. The more you embrace silence, the more you begin to realize that you are not at the mercy of external circumstances. You are not a victim to the noise or the chaos of the world around you. In fact, you are the one who decides what enters your life and what stays. Silence grants you the power to choose what you focus on, what you value, and what you allow to take root in your heart. No longer will you be pulled in 1,000 directions by every demand and every distraction. In the quiet, you find your center, and from that center, you can navigate the world with the grace and strength that you were always meant to have. This is the secret that so many miss. True strength comes from within. not from the approval or recognition of others. When you silence the noise, you create a space for your inner strength to emerge. It is in this silence that you reclaim your power, your focus, and your purpose. You are not powerless, not helpless, not lost. You are a force of nature, capable of great things once you stop letting the distractions of the world control you. Silence helps you access a wellspring of power that you didn't even know existed. It is the foundation of mental clarity, emotional resilience, and spiritual strength. When you silence the outer world, you are given a space to tap into the wisdom of your inner world, the part of you that knows exactly who you are, what you are capable of, and what you need to do to move forward. You stop looking outside for answers and instead begin to trust the answers that come from within. This shift, this deep transformation is not immediate, but it's real. With each moment of silence, you peel away the layers of doubt, fear, and insecurity. You begin to step into your true self, the one who is not afraid to be bold, to be courageous, to take risks, and to stand firm in your values and your purpose. The noise of the world will always try to drown you out, but in silence, you build the mental and emotional muscle to stand tall. You become someone who is not swayed by the opinions of others, but guided by the strength of their own convictions. Every time you make the choice to embrace silence, you are choosing to invest in yourself. You are choosing to step into a space where your mind, heart, and soul can align. You are choosing to move through the world with intention, with purpose, and with unwavering confidence in your ability to overcome any challenge that comes your way. Silence becomes the birthplace of your greatness. In the quiet, you find your voice. And when you find your voice, you no longer let the world dictate your story. You begin to write it yourself. This is your moment to take back control, to stop being a passive observer in your own life and to become the active creator of your destiny. The power to transform your life, to rise above the noise, is always within you. It's waiting for you to claim it. All you have to do is embrace the silence. The truth you're starting to uncover is this: the power to create the life you want, the life you deserve, has always been inside of you. But in order to access that power, you must learn to trust the quiet, to trust the stillness. It is here, in the silence, where your deepest potential lies, waiting for you to step into it. And yet, the biggest hurdle you face isn't the world around you. It's the resistance within yourself, the resistance to slow down, to pause, and to sit with your thoughts without fear, without distraction. We've been taught that productivity is everything, that busyness equals success. But what if the real key to success isn't in doing more, but in being still long enough to let the answers emerge on their own? What if your greatest breakthroughs are waiting for you in the moments when you simply stop and listen? The noise of the world makes us believe we need to be constantly moving, constantly striving, constantly pushing. But the truth is, your greatest strength lies in knowing when to pause. In silence, you tap into the deepest well of wisdom, and from that well, everything else flows. The real strength doesn't come from always doing. It comes from knowing when to be still. When you quiet the outside world and allow yourself to listen to your inner voice, you gain access to a strength that can't be shaken by external circumstances. In the noise, we are pulled in 100 directions, constantly reacting, never fully present. But in silence, you become anchored. You stand firm in who you are, what you value, and what you want to create. You stop being tossed around by life's storms and begin to move forward with purpose and clarity. The power of silence is that it gives you the space to reclaim your power, to reclaim your mind, and to step into the person you were always meant to be. As you embrace silence, you'll find that it's not just the absence of noise, it's the presence of everything that truly matters. It's the space where your deepest desires, your biggest dreams, and your truest intentions can take root. In the stillness, you hear what your soul has been trying to tell you all along. It's the voice that's been drowned out by distractions, by fear, by the relentless push to achieve. And when you listen to that voice, you hear your calling, you hear the path that's meant for you, the direction that will lead you to the life you've always dreamed of. The silence is not a void. It is a place of infinite possibility. It's where your most profound insights can emerge, where you can gain perspective on the things that have been weighing you down, and where you can see life from a clearer, more purposeful vantage point. Silence invites you to slow down and remember who you are at your core. It removes the layers of doubt and confusion and allows you to step into the fullness of your potential. When you choose silence, you choose a life where you're not ruled by external demands, but by your own inner compass. You choose a life where you move forward with intention, not reaction. You choose a life where you can hear the rhythm of your own heartbeat, feel the pulse of your own desires, and act from a place of deep authenticity. Every moment you spend in silence is an investment in your future, a commitment to the kind of life you are capable of creating. And as you embrace this silence, you will discover a power within you that you never knew existed. The world may continue to be noisy, the distractions may persist, but you, in your quiet strength, will rise above it all. You will navigate the chaos with clarity and purpose, anchored in the silence that gives you the power to create, to move forward, and to live a life that is fully aligned with who you are. This is your power. It has always been inside of you. All you need to do is listen. The silence you are embracing isn't just an absence of noise. It's a powerful force that clears the clutter from your mind, creating space for something far greater. In a world where we are constantly bombarded by distractions, this silence becomes a sanctuary, a place where you can finally hear your own thoughts, your own desires, and your own truth. The moment you make the decision to pause and step into this silence, you reclaim your own narrative. You stop being defined by what others expect of you and begin to define yourself, not by the noise, but by the clarity you find within. It's in these moments of stillness that you realize the truth. You are not the chaos you feel. You are not the anxiety, the overwhelm, or the pressure to do more. You are something far more powerful, a being capable of deep reflection, grounded wisdom, and unwavering strength. The world will always demand your attention, always try to pull you in 1,000 directions, but silence gives you the ability to stay rooted. It gives you the mental and emotional space to rise above the noise, to create a life that reflects your deepest values and aspirations, not the demands of others. When you step into silence, you stop reacting and start responding. You break free from the cycle of mindless action and begin to move forward with intention. Silence gives you the power to choose your next step, not out of fear or impulse, but out of clarity and strength. You no longer let the world dictate your pace. You set your own rhythm. The clarity you find in silence helps you focus on what truly matters, the things that align with your deepest purpose. This is the transformation that silence offers. It's not just a retreat from the world, it's a return to your authentic self. It's the space where you can finally breathe, where the noise of external influences fades and your own voice becomes the loudest. The more you embrace silence, the more you begin to trust that you don't need to constantly be on the go to prove your worth. You realize that success, true success, is found not in constant doing, but in alignment. Silence brings you back into alignment with who you are at your core. When you make time for silence, you make time for growth. It's in these quiet moments that you begin to understand the root of your fears, your doubts, and your insecurities. But more importantly, it's in these moments that you also discover your strength, your resilience, and your ability to overcome anything life throws your way. Silence does not hide from your struggles. It illuminates them, helping you to see them from a place of calm and strength. It's in this space that you find the courage to face your challenges, knowing that they are temporary and that your inner strength is permanent. As you sit in silence, you come to understand that you are not your circumstances. You are not the fear, the uncertainty, or the obstacle standing in your way. You are the person who has the ability to rise above them, to learn from them, and to move forward with a deeper understanding of your own potential. The silence gives you perspective. It allows you to see your life from a higher vantage point, one where you are no longer caught up in the details of the struggle, but instead see the path that lies ahead of you. You can't control the world around you, but you can control how you respond to it. And when you embrace the power of silence, you give yourself the gift of clarity, of calm, and of confidence. You become someone who is not tossed by the waves of the world, but someone who stands strong on the shore, knowing that they are exactly where they need to be. This is the strength that comes from silence. This is the strength that you already possess. And it is only by embracing the stillness within that you will truly see it. In the quiet, you begin to understand the true nature of your power. It's not in your ability to control everything around you. It's not in the noise you make or the actions you take to impress others. Your power lies in your ability to remain calm and focused, no matter what's happening around you. When you embrace silence, you stop being a reactionary force in the world and begin to act with purpose, clarity, and unwavering resolve. The external world will always try to pull you in different directions. People will expect things from you. Circumstances will throw challenges in your path. But silence is the anchor that keeps you grounded. It gives you the ability to respond rather than react. It offers you the space to pause and evaluate, to check in with yourself, to align your actions with your values. The world may spin out of control, but in silence, you find the still point in the center of it all. And from this still point, you move with intention. This is the power that comes from mastering silence, the ability to be present, to choose your responses, to rise above the chaos without being consumed by it. Silence doesn't make the challenges disappear, but it gives you the mental clarity and emotional resilience to navigate them with grace. It allows you to see the bigger picture, to step back from the drama, and to act in a way that serves your highest good. When you embrace silence, you start to notice things you never saw before. You begin to notice your thoughts, your patterns, your limiting beliefs. In the stillness, you face what has been holding you back, the fears, the doubts, the stories you've been telling yourself about what's possible. But the most incredible thing happens in this moment of stillness. You also realize that these limitations aren't as powerful as you once thought. In fact, they have no power at all except the power you give them. Silence doesn't just give you clarity, it gives you courage. It gives you the courage to see the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. It allows you to face your deepest fears without flinching, to see the obstacles in your path and recognize that you are strong enough to overcome them. It shows you that your strength doesn't come from fighting against the world, but from surrendering to your own inner wisdom. The more you sit in silence, the more you realize that you are never alone in your struggles. The power you need to rise above is always within you, waiting for you to trust it. The more you embrace this silence, the more you begin to realize that the world's noise isn't just distracting, it's draining. It pulls your attention away from what truly matters. It exhausts your mind and soul, leaving you with little energy to invest in what truly nourishes you. But silence restores you. It replenishes your mental energy. It revitalizes your emotional well-being. It allows you to reconnect with the things that bring you peace, joy, and fulfillment. When you make space for silence, you make space for yourself. The most profound changes in your life won't come from constantly pushing forward. They will come from the moments when you stop, when you breathe, when you listen. These moments of stillness are where your true power resides. They give you the strength to let go of what no longer serves you, to break free from patterns that have kept you stuck, and to step into a life that is aligned with your deepest desires. In silence, you hear the whispers of your soul calling you to rise, to grow, to become the person you were always meant to be. And when you heed that call, you will find that the world's noise no longer has a hold on you. You will move through life with a quiet confidence, knowing that you are grounded in your own inner truth. This is the strength that silence gives you, the power to face each day with clarity, to navigate life's challenges with grace, and to live in alignment with who you truly are. The transformation you seek doesn't happen through more noise. It happens when you find the courage to sit in the quiet and listen to what is waiting to emerge from within. When you finally embrace the power of silence, you begin to realize how much of your energy has been spent trying to meet external demands, trying to live up to someone else's expectations. It's easy to forget in the hustle of life that you don't have to keep proving yourself. The world may want you to constantly perform, to always be in motion, but silence offers you the gift of self-acceptance. In that stillness, you come face to face with your true worth, not the version that others have shaped, but the one that has always been within you. There's a profound freedom that comes from accepting who you are, from letting go of the constant need for validation. Silence is the tool that helps you discover that freedom. In the quiet, you see yourself clearly, without the distortion of the noise around you. You begin to realize that you don't need to be everything to everyone. You don't need to prove your worth. You already have everything you need inside of you. This realization shifts everything. No longer do you seek approval, because in the silence you find something far more valuable. You find the truth of your own existence. You are not defined by your achievements, your failures, or the roles others try to impose on you. You are defined by your inner strength, by the quiet conviction that you are enough. just as you are. This shift is not immediate, but it's real. The more you sit in silence, the more you begin to embody that truth. You begin to move through life with less resistance, less anxiety, and more peace. Silence teaches you patience, not just with others, but with yourself. It helps you recognize that you don't have to rush, that you don't have to have all the answers right now. You don't have to constantly hustle to feel worthy. Silence allows you to trust the process, to trust that everything you need will come to you in its own time, and that your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. It encourages you to let go of the need for immediate results and to trust in the power of small, consistent actions. As you let silence in, you also let go of perfectionism, the constant need to get everything right, to meet unrealistic standards. You realize that mistakes are not failures. They are simply lessons that lead you to growth. And in the silence, you stop criticizing yourself for every misstep. Instead, you embrace each moment as it comes with compassion, with grace, and with the understanding that you are always learning, always evolving. The quiet moments teach you how to be still amidst the chaos. They show you how to find your center. No matter what the outside world is doing, it's in silence that you begin to hear your own voice, the voice that has always known what you truly need. When you listen, you begin to trust it more. And with that trust comes the courage to act in alignment with your true self, no longer swayed by the expectations or opinions of others. You start making decisions from a place of deep inner knowing, not fear. In the silence, you realize that you are the creator of your own life. The world may try to dictate your path, but you have the power to choose how you respond to it. When you embrace silence, you give yourself the freedom to create a life that is meaningful to you, not one shaped by the noise or distractions of the world. The journey becomes about aligning with your own truth, making choices that support your growth, your happiness, and your peace. The more you trust silence, the more you trust yourself. The more you trust yourself, the more confident you become in your ability to navigate life's challenges. Silence gives you the space to build that confidence. It strengthens your connection to the deepest parts of who you are and fuels the courage needed to act with purpose and clarity. And once you begin to embrace this, the world becomes a place of endless possibility because you no longer rely on external validation to define your path. You move through life with the quiet, unwavering confidence that you are exactly where you need to be. The true beauty of silence is not just in the peace it brings, but in the clarity it offers. When you remove the noise, when you step away from the constant rush of life, you create space to hear your inner wisdom. And this wisdom is not something that's fleeting or abstract. It's a deep, intuitive knowing that guides every decision, every action, and every step you take. In silence, you realize that you have always known what to do, who you are, and where you're headed. The distractions were just clouding your vision. This clarity gives you the strength to make decisions that are aligned with your true self. You no longer have to second guess yourself because in the silence, you've learned to trust your instincts. You've learned to listen to the voice within that tells you exactly what you need. And that voice is never wrong. It speaks from a place of deep wisdom, a place of knowing that transcends logic, fear, and doubt. The more you sit in silence, the clearer that voice becomes. It doesn't just whisper to you. It speaks with certainty, with conviction. And as you listen, you begin to feel an unshakable confidence in the decisions you make, knowing they are true to who you are. Silence teaches you to be patient with your own process. It teaches you that growth doesn't happen in an instant. It's in the quiet moments, the small, consistent actions where transformation occurs. You stop rushing through life, hoping to reach the next milestone, the next goal. Instead, you begin to appreciate the journey. You realize that every step, no matter how small, is a victory. Silence gives you the space to reflect, to see how far you've come, and to be proud of the progress you've made. It helps you recognize that you don't need to be perfect, and that every setback is simply an opportunity to learn and grow. In silence, you also develop the strength to let go. The world is full of things that weigh you down, past regrets, fears about the future, the opinions of others. But in the stillness, you find the courage to release them. You learn that you don't have to carry the burden of everyone else's expectations or the weight of your own past mistakes. Silence invites you to let go of anything that no longer serves you and to make space for what truly matters. It's here that you begin to see that you are not the sum of your past, but the creator of your future. What becomes clear as you spend more time in silence is that you don't need external validation to be at peace. The world's noise may try to convince you that you're not enough unless you're constantly achieving, proving yourself, or comparing your success to others. But silence shows you that true peace comes from within. You are enough just as you are. You have always been enough. And the more you accept that truth, the more you find that peace begins to settle in your soul. This peace is not something that can be taken away by the opinions of others, by a missed opportunity, or by life's inevitable challenges. It is a deep, unshakable knowing that you are on the right path, exactly where you need to be. In silence, you tap into this peace and it becomes the foundation of everything you do. You approach life's challenges not with fear or anxiety, but with a calm certainty that you are capable, you are resilient, and you are more than enough. The more you allow silence into your life, the more you realize that it is not something to fear. It is not a void that will leave you feeling empty. It is a wellspring of strength, a space where you can recharge, reconnect, and rediscover the core of who you are. The noise of the world may try to drown you out, but in the silence, you find your voice. And when you find your voice, you discover the incredible power to create, to inspire, and to live a life that is true to you. You've reached our limit of messages per hour. Please try again later.